Hello everybody and welcome. This is Adrian. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's going to be time for some Victoria 2 with the Concept of Europe mod as the United States. We're trying to form the Confederacy. So there's a few things that I have to talk about in this episode that I did not know before. So the first thing, oh wow, look at that. Couch Coach has just subscribed on Twitch. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So there's a few things I need to talk about in this episode. First off is I think people are forgetting that this is a mod for Victoria 2. This is not actually just Victoria 2. This is a mod, Concept of Europe, based off of PDM, which is Pop Demand Mod, right? PDM, Pop Demand Mod. And so, basically, there's a few things about the Civil War that are different that I did not know about. And I actually talked to the person who developed the mod. They let me know that the steps that I'm taking to try and get the Civil War are actually probably not the best steps, because he told me, he said, if you are friendly to Confederate sympathies and like friendly to slavery and friendly to, you know, everything that like the South likes, you're actually never going to get the Civil War. You're actually going to get something else. And it's kind of like an alternate history scenario or some crap. Like, what if the United States was more favorable to Southern interests than to, you know, the Northern Union interests? So perhaps we will get that alternate history scenario, because for honestly, for a while, I've been basically either conservative or reactionary. And I mean, the liberals are now in power, the Whigs, but we'll see what happens in the near future. I'm actually kind of curious to see what happens. I don't really know what's going to happen, because I don't know. Also, I did look this up, and I'm not sure how much this works for Concept of Europe, like the Concept of Europe mod. As far as I'm aware, as far as I know, your loyalty, the loyalty of your troops is not based on culture. It's actually just based on their city of origin. That's I read that up in the wiki. I've talked to a few people about it. As far as I know, that's how it is. So, I think it's actually safe to say that we can grab troops from anywhere that has slavery or Confederate cores or like a Confederate sort of territory-ish, or would be, you know, sympathetic to Confederate sympathies. We can actually train those troops whether they're Yankee culture or Dixie culture, as far as I'm aware. If somebody else has learned something else, let me know, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. So let's go and take a quick look around at our troops. Nashville, Tennessee of slavery. I'm probably gonna have to double check. Just kind of go back and forth and double check which states are part of the South. I mean, there's like the deep South, and then there's like, you know, like Texas and other places. This is Tennessee, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Knoxville. So these are Yankees, but they live here in Nashville. So let's go and grab some regulars, I think. I can actually probably mobilize for this war. I guess we can. It's probably fine. Do I want some artillery? I probably want a couple engineers. Let's see. I'm not sure where Boy is. Where is that? Where is Boy? Let's find out where that is. Boy. Or Boys. This is in Idaho. Do we have slavery here? No, we actually don't. Not yet. We probably will soon enough. Why are we losing so much money? I think I decreased taxes. Yeah, because we have too much money. So I guess we'll raise the taxes back so we're not losing so much money. You know what's actually crazy is that this Mexican-American War is actually fairly historical for the time period. January 11th, 1845, the Mexican-American War is fought from 1846 to 1848, so we're actually not that far off the mark. It's kind of cool. I actually thought that was kind of cool. It's very, very interesting. Let's see. Omaha, Nebraska. Do we have slavery in Nebraska? No, it's Nebraska. Where's Nebraska? All 50 states. I don't know if I know them, though. Shit. Where's Nebraska? Nebraska's somewhere around here. I don't know. Let's just assume that just the Deep South, the actual, you know, Confederate, like the limits of the Confederacy, let's just assume that that's where the cores are going to pop up if they ever do. Salt Lake City, Nevada, Las Vegas, Omaha, Nebraska, Oklahoma City. Let's see, Concord. Let's see, Louisville, Kentucky. I think Kentucky, I mean, no, I believe Kentucky was a slave state, but it joined the Union, so probably don't want to recruit troops from there. I'm Des Moines. Is that Michigan? Where's that? Where's Des Moines? Let's take a quick look here. You don't know how much you don't know about geography until you play Victoria 2. And then you have some problems. Oh, it's Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah. Okay, so we recruited some troops. We went ahead and mobilized. And I think we're going to blockade the Mexican Empire. Or just Mexico. This is actually an authoritarian... oh, no, they are a republic. Okay, so this is the Mexican Republic now. Okay. Let's go on speed 4 to fight this war. Denmark has gone bankrupt apparently again. I think they've gone bankrupt before. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's just go ahead and... Ooh... Oh, 50,000 men right there. What's this guy's military tech? He's at 6 out of 35 military tech, and I am at 10 out of 35. So I should be able to take on his military pretty easily. I'd be kind of surprised if I couldn't. Let's go to Houston. Let's merge up in Houston. We got a few troops that are kind of popping up around the place. Railroads are going to help us out with some of this. So we're trying to take all this territory. These are all of our cores or claims. No, these are actually, are they claims or cores? I think they're cores, actually, yeah. So we're going to try and take all of that and annex that territory from Mexico. It's going to take a little bit of time, and going on speed 4 in Victoria 2 is incredibly slow, but that's all right. We're not really in a rush necessarily. We don't have to, you know, we don't have to rush fighting this war. So he's probably going to try and occupy Texas. Mexican-American War, blockades, Mexico. I think just 1 or 2 decisive battles will probably do it. So let's grab some troops. Let's head on over there. 62,000 men. Let's see here. So the Mexican-American War was pretty important. Oh yeah, huh? We can't subsidize our factories anymore. Oh my god. I'm hoping that our industry score does not drop terribly. Let's see. Ooh, this guy's entrenched. Yeah, and we got a river crossing. We have a really good general though. Morale plus 16%, organization 19.5%, experience plus 20%. This is their general. Lazaro Rista. We have a lot of cav, infantry, and artillery, more than the Mexicans do. So, whatever you say. We lost 12,000. They lost 12,000. Horrible. Let's grab more troops. Let's grab more troops. Let's go to Austin, Texas. International crisis in Venetia. Let's see, Underground Railroad. Gain consciousness, become more liberal. No, I guess we'll leave the Underground Railroad there. Can we get a stack wipe here, please? Por favor. Ooh, our generals died, like, during the battle. That's unfortunate. That was not a stack wipe. That's, again, unfortunate. Let's go to San Antonio, Texas. See, it seems the United Kingdom has decided to join the crisis on the current side of Austria. Ooh. What? Modena? What? Why do I have influence with Modena? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, whatever you say. Is somebody gonna attack me in San Antonio? I think so. This guy's gonna be here on the 10th of July. Actually, yeah, why don't you come and attack me? Why don't we put a defensive general here? Jeffrey Stone? How's he a defense? He's a harsh disciplinarian. Thomas Davis, Henry Fry, William Davies, Samuel Baxter. For some reason, these names actually sound like real generals. Thomas McClellan. There's a George B. McClellan. Uncommonly young. That's his background. What the That's his background. I kind of wish that, honestly, that Europa Universalis IV had kind of a system for generals like this. Like, they had a personality, and then they, like, had a background. So their personalities it has to do with their speciality. You know, that's interesting, man. That's really interesting stuff. Okay, so he did attack me here. We're defending. We are entrenched, though, so we're just going to go ahead and reinforce his battle. Bavaria's joined the side. What? Bavaria's a great power? Wow, they're actually rank 8 in the world. Let's see. Battle of San Antonio. Colliery disaster? Uh-oh. Laborers in the United States gain 4 consciousness, or bureaucrats, capitalists, and clerks. Now we'll blame local management. That's probably good. We just got associationism. I'm looking for research points. Anything that'll give me research points. Although this education efficiency is actually pretty good, pretty cool too. Let's go for medicine. Actually, we'll go for medicine research. Let's grab, let's see, so this guy's he's going back to El Paso. Let's go and follow him over there, and then we'll start occupations, I think, here in basically all of our cores and claims. Guatemala wants an alliance. We will refuse. We're losing some factories. We can open, no, I actually don't think I can even open the factories. I don't think so. It's laissez-faire, right? Which is so weird, dude. The Whigs were not laissez-faire. I don't understand, man. That's so strange. That's so strange. We have some lack of a siege efficiency. Can we split this stack? Can I send like 32,000? Let's go to Las Cruces. Fire Eaters, more of them. We want more reactionaries, I think. So the developer of the mod was telling me that you have to keep consciousness down or you're gonna get the Civil War. So I guess in theory, if we wanted to spawn the Civil War, we could increase consciousness, but at the same time, what if I was just Confederate without actually having a Civil War? You know? Like, we can be Confederate in all but name. Underground Railroad. Yeah, leave it be. That's okay. Do I want to attack those guys? I could. Probably 22% war exhaustion they have. Jesus. Actually, yeah. Why don't we go in? Let's actually take a look here. Let's see if we can stack wipe this guy. No, Chile. Hey, look at that. Alsace acquires Alsace. Whoa. Looks like Austria got France to release Alsace-Lothringen or something. That's kind of cool. But we're not going to pay attention to Europe for some years. We are not going to pay attention to Europe for some years. We're kind of busy with other things, you know? My God, Speed 4 is unbearably slow. I'll actually... don't really want to stay here, but let's split the stacks. Do we have any more troops we can grab? No? Okay. Somebody actually suggested I raise Yankee troops and use them against the against Mexico, but... let's see, abolitionist pamphlets. We will curtail the distribution. Yes. As soon as this guy moves, we'll probably attack him. Underground Railroad, we will leave it be. Although it is increasing local consciousness, that's true. So perhaps we should be a little cautious. Probably would not be a bad idea to be cautious, be more cautious. Yeah, look at that. We're going to take all that territory. These will be our slaves. Search of patriotism, huh? Our people have become overcome with belligerence for the hated enemy. Wow. Capital. Political capital. I concur. I wholly agree. We have some pretty serious unemployment among craftsmen, which is unfortunate. Let's see, copperheads, we have more important concerns or debate them at every opportunity. So if I take this, we get New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Illinois. We get people to become more reactionary, which is actually kind of what I want. Or we get conservatives. This actually reduces our immigrant attraction. So we want, maybe, yeah, we'll want conservatives then if that's the case. Ooh, the Smithsonian Institution. Wow, we get research points and prestige. Thank you. Cool. That's a nice event. Okay, let's go and siege this down. Then we're going to kill this stack. This is 0, 18, and 5. I think it's 5 artillery, 18 infantry. Modena. Let's see, crop rotation in New York. Beautiful. Out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yes. Okay, let's go and kill this guy. Who's our general here? Matthew McDowell. Attrition, minus 10%. Experience, plus 10%. He's a religious fanatic and a genius, apparently. Organization is quite high. These guys are going to be entrenched, probably, but I think we can still take the fight. Nice. We just got medicine really quick. Let's take early railroads. We'll need, we need to industrialize in the South. We need to make sure we have good infrastructure. The Mormon Exodus. After violence in their home enclave of Nauvoo, Illinois, the Mormons have elected to head west to settle in the Salt Lake Valley, where they can practice their faith without hindrance. Led by Brigham Young. Brigham Young. The Mormons suffered great hardship, but eventually did reach their destination and prospered just as well. Cool, man. Although apparently there's this guy named Deseret. I guess there's like it's like a state or over here or something. We just got pharmaceuticals, minimum life rating. We got a prophylaxis against malaria. Means we can colonize a little more. A foul murder. Let's see. Twitch chat says Mexican-American War. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Militancy or consciousness. All poor strata, rich strata. Let's see. Or liberal MPs. Man, we don't have a parliament. Okay, so poor strata are gonna get mad, or the rich strata. I'd rather make the rich mad than the poor. There's a lot more poor in our country than the rich. So, wow, that was a decisive victory. Nice. Let's go to Mariposa. San Diego, Mariposa, Sacramento, San Francisco, Eureka. Cool. Yeah, so a few of our factories are shutting down, which is quite unfortunate. And I guess I could, in theory, open them back up. Paraguay? No, Paraguay, I don't want an alliance with you. Get out of here. Whoopsies. This is, let's see. San Francisco is going to San Francisco. Okay, let's go and attack those guys there. Let's go occupy everything. We need absolutely everything occupied. So fairly easy war, I would say. We haven't really taken any war exhaustion or anything like that. We have a lot of infamy, which is unfortunate, but it's not going to kill us, right? It's not going to be too bad. Still no stack wipe on this guy. Yeah, that's probably okay, actually. You know, I have no idea when we're going to attack Cuba. I'm still kind of trying to figure out when is that going to happen. Pretty curious. No, Chile, get out of here. Damn, Spain, seriously, dude. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, when I found out that Spain is actually holding on to this territory, I'll admit, man, that impressed me quite a bit. It really did. I was actually really impressed that they were able to do that. I've actually played as Spain before in this mod. I do plan to do a campaign on it in the future, and it was impressive. It was actually really impressive, yeah. Let's see here. I got a comment in the Twitch chat. My ancestor died in the Texan Revolution. Do him proud. Really? That's kind of cool. Interesting. That's really curious. I did not know that. That's kind of cool. I got a question in the Twitch chat. Is Spain growing land in the Americas? I don't think they're growing, but they do hold a pretty significant amount of territory. Venezuela, Colombia, and Panama, and Cuba, and Puerto Rico. I mean, presumably, they could probably expand a little more if they wanted to. They don't have cores in this territory, though. So if we take it from them for some good reason, then, ooh, the slavery debate. The one issue that the founding fathers of our great nation were never able to answer conclusively was a question concerning the status of slavery within the Union. This inflamed debate has only gained traction in the years since the Revolution. Pop consciousness is going to increase. So that means that the Civil War will eventually happen. Oh, my balls. Okay. We get a couple decisions. That's interesting. Okay, so Fugitive Slave Act, Nashville Convention, Austin Manifesto. Ooh, hell yeah. Okay, let's take a quick look. Let's read through some of these. Let's read through some of these mods, or some of these decisions, not mods. The House gag rule. The seemingly irresolvable debate over slavery threatens to tear a country apart. If we introduce a gag rule in the House of Representatives, barring bills on any slavery issue from being presented to the House, we could hope to at least alleviate some of the worst tensions. All pops lose consciousness? Sure. Ooh. We get some infamy for this decision, but that's kind of cool. The Austin Manifesto. The Austin Manifesto proposes that the island of Cuba should be annexed to the United States as a slave state to balance the expected influx of new free states in the West. Curious. Although we can't enact it because we need more consciousness, which we'll probably get pretty soon. Let's see. Nashville Convention. Several representatives of the southern states oppose the talk of secession that are being voiced in more extremist circles. If we informally endorse a convention between them, they may be able to calm the secessionist mood. So all of these decisions reduce consciousness because we're trying to, like, curb the problem, right? And put bandages on it. That's kind of cool. Wow, if we get average consciousness to 7, we can actually introduce the Corwin Amendment, which proposed that we can bar Congress from enacting any constitutional amendment banning or interfering with slavery. That's pretty cool. We might want to use that, actually. That's going to be kind of cool. We can repeal the gag rule, which gives us a little less consciousness. Okay. So it's all about timing the consciousness right, basically. That's all we really have to pay attention to. Okay. Hey, Secessionist Sentiments. Check that out. Talk of secession from the Union can be heard from the streets of El Paso. Confederate States will gain a core. And El Paso, Texas is right here. Hey, the CSA, look at that. That's interesting. Rebel scum. We're going to lose prestige. Oh no. Perhaps we will get the Civil War earlier than I thought. We're getting secessionist sentiments all over the place. No, we have to finish this war though. No. Okay, so we're getting secessionists everywhere. The Amistad decision. In a ruling delivered today, the Supreme Court has decided that the slaves involved in a violent rebellion aboard the Spanish schooner Amistad of 1839, later apprehended near Long Island, New York, were merely in light of the outlawing of the transatlantic slave trade, acting in defense of their personal liberty. People become supportive of opposing slavery. Yeah, absolutely. Slavery is the biggest issue that we have with everything here. Rebel scum. No, Morocco. Right here. Son of a bitch. We're losing some serious prestige. Holy shit. So we attack this guy. We got a pretty bad roll. Guatemala. So, Wisconsin. Hey, Wisconsin. Yeah. Somebody let me know in the YouTube comments that Wisconsin was historically a free state, but we extended slavery there. Because we're cool. Because we're cool. How much war score do we need for this anyway? We need 100 war score for all these fucking cores? Holy shit. Dude, that consciousness is increasing quite rapidly, dude. Holy crap. I don't really want to take any infamy, but we could. The Nashville Convention might not be a bad idea. Fugitive Slave Act. So I believe if consciousness gets too high, we get the Civil War, there's some sort of declaration, and then I have to choose sides. So preferably, we finish this war soon. Very, very soon. I'm not sure what the limit for the consciousness is before this thing fires. I'm kind of worried, to be honest, to find out. You know, I don't really want to find out what the limit is before I'm ready. But I don't know. We gotta take the game as we go. Some people say like I should try and save scum or crap like that, but I'm not one of those people. Tennessee, slavery allowed. Okay, let's at least wrap up this war with Mexico before we deal with anything else. Let's wrap up this war. Rebel scum, South Carolina. South Carolina. Let's go to Monterey. South Carolina. We have rebels. Jacobins. Interesting. Clans organized. A secret society dedicated to promoting perceived southern interests in the United States, the expansion of slavery. The Knights of the Golden Circle have established a chapter in Lake Charles. We could attempt to suppress the society. That would be perceived as an assault on our Republican traditions. We will leave them be. We want to encourage support of slavery, not get rid of it. Popular sovereignty. We'll hold that one for a little while. I would like the Austin Manifesto. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe we let the consciousness build up to so then we can enact the Corwin Amendment. Right? Wouldn't that be curious? That'd be pretty interesting, I think. I need more troops, man. I believe in Ohio, Detroit, Michigan, Chicago, Des Moines, Iowa, St. Louis, Missouri, Oklahoma City, Omaha, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, Bismarck. Where is Bismarck? We have no Dixie troops, unfortunately. At least I don't think we have any Dixie regulars. I wonder if we get an election here pretty soon. We got early railroad. Let's grab... I think we're going to grab this market structure. Education efficiency? Yes. We've got plenty of money. Let's go and reopen these factories. Kentucky? Kentucky is a slave state. Oh, come on. Leave me alone, man. Don't siege my stuff down. Siege efficiency is a little better. 15, 2, and 5. Okay, we have a lot of troops in this stack. Gurkhas, Askaris, and Tirailleurs. A tradition of support for the United States of America and American rule has taken hold in one of our colonies, in Traverse City. Prestige, local militancy, and local consciousness. Cool. Alright, maybe say. We got Industry 2. A railroad is like a lie. You have to keep building it to make it stand. Mark Twain. That's funny. That's funny, man. That's funny. Hello there, Amadeus, in the Twitch chat. Thanks so much for coming by. And Testicles Ved, thanks for coming by the Twitch stream. Thank you so much. Let's take a look here. So consciousness is going to be at about 7 right now. And I think we can enact something at 7 consciousness. My God, this thing is increasing quickly. Let's try the Corwin Amendment, I think. So this loses, all pops in the United States lose 4 consciousness. This is a constitution amendment barring or interfering slavery, or barring Congress from interfering with slavery. Okay, let's keep an eye on it. Although this consciousness is going up pretty quickly, so. Holy fuck. France wants an alliance. Mexico's gone bankrupt? Holy shit. You know, that's actually pretty tempting. An alliance with France? Although he is fairly liberal. He's got His Majesty's government, he's got a liberal party in power, and he's a great power. They might be able to help us with this civil war somehow, but I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest with you. I'd actually probably take an alliance with the UK over the French. Political considerations, relations, government type, infamy, distance, too many alliances, army strength, naval strength, and base reluctance. Minus 79 reasons? What about relations? Plus 25? And we're at 103 relations right now, so I can get to 200 relations with the UK. I don't know, I'm gonna ask, let me ask Twitch chat. Twitch chat, what do you think? Should we take the alliance with France? You guys think that's a good idea? I'd prefer the UK just because they border us in Canada, but also, I don't know. It might be kind of a bad reason to kind of hope for a UK alliance when we just got offered one by France. You know, France is number 3 in the world for a great power. I say we accept it, actually. I think we will actually take the alliance. Let's go and, yeah, we have, Is that kind of curious that France offers an alliance when we're invading Mexico? I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of interesting. There's kind of something like, there's something historical about that, I'm not even gonna lie. You know, because France invaded Mexico, time to play ball. In Cooperstown, New York, the first public baseball game took place. Cool, Peacemaker. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Let's see, Liberian Independence. Liberian colony was founded as a homeland for freed American slaves by the American Colonization Society. Now that Liberia is considered a financial drain on its resources, the ACS, the American Colonization Societies, are convinced Liberia to request its independence from the American government. Grant them independence, or this is not our interests? Yeah, sure, why not? That's fine. Apparently Liberia wants an alliance. They're in my sphere. I'll decline alliance, though. I will go ahead and just sphere them, but... Oh, yeah. So, coming back here to Mexico. Mexico was invaded by France and Napoleon III in the... God, what year was that? That was like 1860, right? That was like 18... That might have been the 1850s, 1860s. So, basically, Napoleon III wanted to create a conservative Catholic monarchy here in the New World. And he put Maximilian von Habsburg from Austria, he put him on the throne of Mexico as Emperor Maximilian I of von Habsburg of Mexico. No, Liberia, get out of here. And let's see. We don't have any terrorists, right? The artisans are having a little bit of trouble meeting their needs. Income is declining. Dangerous. Let's go and kill this stack before anything else happens. We can't build any more railroads. Oh no, the capitalists are building our railroads, I guess. Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, because we have laissez-faire. So we can't do it. Yeah, the capitalists have to do it themselves. Damn it, man. The laissez-faire sucks. I'd rather just do it myself. Fugitive slave, the law is the law. Or he stays in. Let's do... Yeah, we want people to become conservative. God damn it, Mexico. Get back here. Oh, yeah, I can be here. We have to replenish quite a few troops. What? What? Come on. It said we'd meet him there. It said we'd actually catch him. Dude, what the fuck? It is telling me we're gonna catch this guy. You guys suck, man. Come on, give me a stack wipe or something. Seriously. We have to have 100% occupation in Mexico for this. Damn, dude. Shit, you're making my job hard. Let's go to California, and then we'll just push on south for all of our cores down here. Can I grab any more Dixie troops? Can I grab any more Dixiecrats? I guess not. See, I got a question in the Twitch chat. Why won't I ally Liberia? Because Liberia, he's in our sphere, but if we ally him, it makes us basically kind of have to think of him not only as a dependency, but as an actual ally. He is a dependency of mine. I do not want to give him the impression that I'm going to join some of his wars and crap like that, so we're not going to ally him. Copperheads, no. We will oppose the Copperheads precisely because they reduce immigrant attraction. Yeah. Look at this crap. We're getting 3,000 immigrants per day. Dude, that's crazy. So we can enact the Clay-Douglas draft. Once we run out of these, we're going to be screwed. We can go to the Nashville Convention, the Austin Manifesto. We get some infamy, though. Yeah, why don't we take that? Austin Manifesto. I don't think we get anything for Cuba itself. It's just kind of like a manifesto. It's just a piece of paper. Which is really strange, actually. God damn, Mexico. Seriously, he's at 70% war exhaustion. I'm just trying to keep him off the sieges. Market structure, we just got education efficiency plus 25%. We can go for late classical theory, research points. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, this is going to take a little while. Thomas Brown. Okay, alrighty guys, before this episode gets too long, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break here. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching as always. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much.